In my 20s, I thought money was something you earned and then spent. I didn't realize it could also earn for me. I was completely unaware that money could work for me passively, even when I was not working. It could grow quietly in the background if only I knew where to put it. Back then, I thought financial literacy was for investment bankers or CAs or, people in business and in suits, not for someone like me. But eventually, in my late 20s and early 30s, I've realized understanding money is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself. It's not about how much you earn, it's about how you manage what you have. Honestly, money and the thought and idea of money used to make me anxious. I was born and brought up in a household where we didn't really talk about money, we didn't really discuss money. I feel like it was a taboo. And that's what stayed with me throughout my early adulthood. Spending felt like freedom, and saving felt like punishment. And investing, well, let's not talk about it. It was so confusing. I have come to realize that money isn't just about income. Financial literacy isn't just about numbers. It's about peace, it's about choices, and it's about learning to build the life you want and not just afford it. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shreyashi and I'm a software engineer by profession, and I like to make videos on skincare, lifestyle, productivity, self-improvement and all of that jazz. And today in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the money lessons that I learned in my late 20s and my early 30s, and I wish I knew them sooner. So let's not delay it further and let's get started. Lesson number 1, pay yourself first. The most powerful habit I built over the years was paying myself first. What it really means is before the shopping, before the small indulgences, a portion of my income now goes straight into investments and savings. When you pay yourself first, you're not being restrictive, you're being responsible. You are saying that my future matters too, and I am paying to my future self. And that is something that will completely change how you look at money, because having that freedom of not worrying about your future money and having that sense of security is extremely important. And this security only comes when you start investing your money and saving for your future self. Lesson number 2, spend what's left and not save what's left. Now, as we discussed, you need to first pay yourself first. For years, I tried to save whatever was left at the end of the month. I was like, okay, this is what I've spent. This is something I can buy. This is my utility. This is what I can buy. This is what I can indulge and spend or splurge on. And now the remaining portion, maybe 5-6%, I can save. And not even save, like just put it in let it stay in my bank account. And honestly, that amount was nothing at the end of the month. But now I have flipped it. I invest and save first and spend what's left guilt free. That's the shift from living reactively to living intentionally. At the beginning of the month, firstly, take out money for your utilities and for your essentials, something that are non-negotiables, which you have to pay for definitely. For example, if you live in a rented house, you have to pay the rent. If you commute, you have to pay for that commute. If you have house helps, you have to pay them salary. If you use phone, you have to pay the bill. If you use electricity, since you use electricity, of course everyone does, you have to pay for your electricity bill. All of these things are non-negotiables that have to be paid for. Of course, you have to also add everything remaining from that remaining amount, removing your essentials, your food and everything. You save and invest your money. And then whatever is left, you spend it. So usually there is this idea of, spending or using 50% of your income for all these things: rent, water, electricity, utilities, food, grocery, etc. And usually it's like 30% you spend and 20% on your savings. But I do the opposite. 30% probably you can save and invest, and the remaining 20% you can spend. So that's how I go about it. Lesson number 3, make money work for you. This is one lesson I wish someone told me sooner. Money can work for you. Even a small, consistent investment grows through compounding, quietly, steadily, without needing your daily attention. You don't have to worry about it. You just invest and you just relax. It will do its job. It's how your future self earns from the discipline of your present self. Even if you start investing rupees 500 or 1000 rupees a month, maybe say in a mutual fund, you have an SIP, systematic investment plan, you should just start because compounding rewards consistency and not perfection. Lesson number 4, learn the language of money. For the longest time, I avoided anything that sounded financial. SIPs, equities, mutual fund, diversification. It all felt too complex. But, eventually I realized this is not going to work. If I don't understand how my money can work for me, if I don't understand my money, if I don't understand how I can invest my money and what are the tools available, then probably I won't be able to do it the right way. So I started taking a few courses. I did take few courses. I started reading about it. I watched so many YouTube videos. Everything clicked. And I'm not saying that I'm a financial pro. I do understand certain things and aspects about finance. I understand where my money is going, how is it looking, whether it's not performing well, the certain mutual funds are not performing well, what is working for me, what is not working for my money. These are the smaller things that I now understand about my own money. Money isn't complicated. We've just never been taught how to understand it. And once you do, you realize financial freedom isn't luck, it's plain literacy. If you know the things, if you know the tools, if you know what works and what doesn't work, if you know how the market reacts, how the money is working, how your money is working in the current market, it's sorted. You don't have to be a pro, you don't have to become a CA to understand money. You don't have to become an investment banker to understand money. You don't have to work in a stock exchange to understand money. Just small basic things is what you need to understand. Lesson number 5, don't be afraid to ask for help. You don't need to figure out everything alone. Talk to someone who understands money. Maybe a financial advisor, a knowledgeable friend, even your parents, someone in your family. Like my grandfather is someone who really understands finance and the market, everything really well. He taught me so many things. I have friends who teach me all the time if I ask them. And it's just that you need to ask people. You ask them and they'll answer your questions. So, for example, I didn't understand a lot of things about ESOPs. And I asked a few people because I was very confused about what's vesting, what's this, what's exercising, etc., etc., etc. And I asked people, even when I was starting my finance journey, my investment journey, I asked people around me, is it good? Is it bad? How do we read this? How do we analyze this? And all of these things didn't make me feel dumb. I was not dumb. I was just gaining knowledge with people around me. And at any given point of time, you can ask questions to people. So you don't have to feel that if you don't understand certain things in finance, it's okay. Ask. And people are there to help you. Getting help early can save you years of confusion. And sometimes all of this asking and getting help can save you a lot of money as well. Lesson number 6, build an emergency fund. Well, a lot of people I know don't have emergency fund. An emergency fund gives you breathing space. It's not that you are fearful that you will lose your job in the next few months. That's why you should have an emergency fund. It's not about fear. It's about freedom. Okay, even if I lose my job or even if I don't have a source of income in the next few months, I know I have this much of money allocated to me where I can figure things out and I can also sustain my current lifestyle. Knowing that you have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved lets you make calmer decisions without any panic or pressure. And that's what true financial confidence looks like. Lesson number 7, lifestyle inflation is real. When I started earning more, I started spending more. Without realizing, my lifestyle grew faster than my savings. But now I upgrade mindfully. Not because I can, but because it adds value. You don't have to earn more to feel rich. You just need to spend with awareness. Lesson number 8, protect before you grow. Get your insurance sorted. So many people still do not have a health insurance and a life insurance. one of the smartest money lessons I learned was protect before you grow. Before chasing returns or investments, get your health insurance and your term insurance in place. Because one unexpected medical emergency can wipe out years of savings. Insurance isn't an expense, it's a safety net. It's what ensures your plans, your dreams, and your family are protected. Even when life takes a turn you didn't expect. Your investments help you grow wealth, but insurance helps you protect it. And that balance, that's real financial wisdom. Lesson number 9, financial growth is equal to personal growth. Learning to manage my own money taught me patience, discipline, and self awareness. It made me reflect on my habits, my goals, and what I truly value. Understanding where my money is coming from, how much my money is coming from, how much tax it is being deducted, how can I budget the amount of money that I have, where can I send the money, where can I invest it, how can I save it, what amount of money goes in my emergency fund, and how much can I spend for this month. All of this, when I started looking at the picture of all the budgeting, I understood it's not as complex as it feels. A lot of times I used to avoid all of this and looking at my own money because I found it too complex. But when I started understanding it, of course, my finances became better. And even as a person, I started growing. Because managing money isn't about greed, it's about gratitude. And that's a kind of wealth you cannot measure. I have learned that financial literacy isn't about being rich, it's about being free. It's about knowing that even when you rest, your money doesn't. That even when you're not working, your effort still compounds quietly in the background. Start small, pay yourself first, learn, invest, and let your money work for you. Because your future self, she deserves that kind of peace. So, yeah, that was it. And I would like to know the money lessons that you have learned in your life. Please comment down below, and maybe I can learn something from you all as well. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Until then, bye bye.